Wild drives. Beyond the stars lies a web of pearls, each gemstone a miniature world unto itself. Upon these worlds interconnected, our stories are told, and the fate of creation hangs in the balance. Welcome to The Titan's Gift. Greetings and welcome everyone to Die Drink and Die Presents Titan's Gift Season 2, Episode 23. I am your DM and host, joined by part of the Seattle crew. We've got a Max, we've got a Luke, we've got a Matt. How is everyone doing on this fine Tuesday afternoon? Evening.
Good, dude. We're good.
Not bad.
Yeah, I'm doing okay.
Yeah?
I got a little bit of sunburn a week or so ago, and so that I got a little sunburn thing there.
That was impossible, Matt. I've seen the weather.
Yeah, no, it was one sunny day, and I did a bunch of walking. So there you go.
Cool.
Nice.
Socially distant sunburn. All right. Luke, what's up with you, man? Haven't seen you in a couple weeks.
3 million miles socially distant.
Hey, this guy is the science chip. Not a lot going on. Just surviving the coronavirus. Looking to get a car. Actually, this is a big step in the life of Luke. Car ownership. So that will be quite excellent for getting out of this apartment, which I've been trapped in for 81 days now.
What are you getting?
Like a crossover SUV, something with all-wheel drive, so I can go on like the forest access roads, but still small enough to like be reasonable in the city.
So you're not going to get a what was the ridiculous car that you rented and then drove it up some halfway up the mountain? Yeah, you drove a smart car like it was an all-terrain vehicle.
Once, 2-3 times doing that was enough. I'm done with that.
Okay. When I heard that, I was like, no, Luke is he just wants to get stuck somewhere so that he could do his forest walk or his version of camping or something.
Don't have to come back.
Funny. Max, what's going on with you, man?
Not too much. My birthday was yesterday, so my wife made a cake. That was pretty awesome. Outside of that, man, Luke, I would recommend a Toyota RAV4. That's what we bought a couple months ago. It's a SUV hybrid, so it's pretty nice.
Yeah, RAV4 is on the short list. RAV4, CRV. We like the Nissan Rogue. Mazda has a cool one too. So
think twice about Nissan Rogue.
Yeah.
Nissan's a number of their recent vehicles had transmission issues, and for an all-terrain vehicle, that could be a problem.
Yeah.
So maybe be cautious about that.
Yeah, that makes sense. Hey, Gene.
Yeah. Hey, how are you?
Hey, how's it going?
You're good, dude. Nice to see you.
Happy birthday, Max.
Oh, thanks.
Love the shirt, Max. Tell us about this.
My wife bought me a shirt for Thurgus. Slay every day. It's good.
Very nice.
I think
Is that an Ewok or a bear?
It's a bear.
Okay.
It could be.
To be fair, Ewoks kind of are.
I don't remember the great axe wielding Ewok though.
The ones that chopped down the log that slammed into the ATSD.
Yeah. There was one beefy Ewok. Okay, in the whole bunch. Yep.
They cut a big vine and it released the log swing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Two groups.
The poor Empire. Really, the First Order should have never happened because of that defeat. Nobody would have gone to work for them ever again. PR disaster extraordinaire. Aside from...
They're lucky they don't have social media.
Yeah, exactly. Star Wars social media would be funny. Everyone's hashtag Bantha Poodoo. All right. Gene, what's new with you, man?
I'm good. Sorry, I didn't realize you were streaming. I got a call from work at fucking 7 p.m., which I normally don't.
Yeah.
So that's why I was late. I'm sorry.
That's all right. You were just on time for us to get started.
Yeah, and you're live. Well, welcome to the internet.
Yep.
Yeah, no, nothing special going on with me.
Did you finish the first 5 seasons of Letterkenny yet?
No.
Oh.
In fact, I over the past week didn't get a chance to watch anything. I don't think. The work and helping my wife with language. So yeah, but that seems over because the semester or trimester at UW just ended. So hopefully we'll have a little more time now.
Cool.
Yeah. It's don't get me wrong. I want like it's just legit. Like that show has a lot going for it for sure.
You still have season 6, 7, and I think 8 to go through. So
why did they release it like this? Like
I think they did a whole season in the winter, and then they did a whole season in the summer. Like they rapidly put out seasons, and they got progressively smaller with numbers of episodes.
Right.
But
so like Game of Thrones, except that took longer to make and
because of the production quality went up, and then the storytelling was different when you tell a story in a different way. I still haven't gone back and rewatched the last season of Game of Thrones. Like I wanted to put some distance between my initial reaction and like a later reaction, but it has to do with the style of the storytelling is different when you speed things up. George R.R. Martin is really good at, like a tree, it grows limbs and tiny branches, and you end up with 1,000 characters and 1,000 storylines. But to come to a particular satisfying conclusion for the show, you need to start pruning that tree, and pruning that tree is difficult. And one of the ways of doing it is killing people off. Another way of doing it is only concentrating on the major events, which then is jarring because you're used to every minuscule little, like watching every little leaf and nuance grow. And when you just take a buzzsaw to it and hack it down to something that's, the desired shape of the bonsai tree, that can be jarring. And I think I think that's what happened with Game of Thrones. Anyway,
I appreciate your
collective
approach to that.
What's that?
I said I appreciate your calm and collective approach to that.
Yeah.
It's not going to help.
It was still fantasy. It had dragons in it, and there were characters that we liked, and stuff happened, and it was a visual masterpiece. So it was like, okay. Would I have made the same decisions? I don't know, but I didn't make the show, and I didn't write the show, so.
Wow.
You can still criticize it, though.
Yeah.
Yes,
cool, man.
but it is easy. It is easier to destroy and tear down than it is to create, and that is as political as we're going to get tonight. Let's. We're gonna go. That was dangerously close to political.
Let's escape into our pandemic fantasy world.
Yeah, exactly. Last game was called The Big Shop of Horrors. The Jerks Emeritus, along with their new companion Thurgus, interrogate the captured alchemists from the Tower of Alchemy. They find the names of the alchemists in charge of the Ursine experiment, as well as the identity of the current arch-alchemist. Matt raised an eyebrow when I mentioned her name. The Jerks then paid a visit to Lavender's shop, a perfumery that is selling false cures, according to the Nezumi Nyta. Horrible sights and sounds emanate from the shop during their bewildering attack. There was so much confusion and mayhem. Bears running over, tipping over things, a full-on hellscape creeping into the shop itself, and then a very violent, dimensionally sprung attack into this poor woman's shop. All right. I think we left off with the guards either having been put to sleep, knocked out, or run away. And you're assuming her name's Lavender because it's called Lavender's shop. is lying in a pool of blood on the floor. I think you may have tied them up, if I remember correctly. And then Saun had brought Balmont outside via his dimensional hop ability as a priest of a newly minted priest of Iambulus. He has some neat domain powers. The professor is wandering around the shop, invisible.
Looking for the book, looking for the record books, the shop book, doing some investigations.
Okay.
Caveat, Marty.
Yeah.
I don't think she's lying in a pool of blood because all damage dealt to her was non-lethal.
Didn't say it was her blood.
Was there anyone that actually bled there?
Looking at the tokens, 42 damage to one of her thugs.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
One guy got 36 damage and then beat up for 9, and then she took 45 non-lethal. Yeah,
Right. Okay.
If she's got any blood, it would be just like a bloodied nose and some bruises from her attacks. Point taken, though.
Which map are we on?
We are on Racker's Alley.
Alley.
I can force you guys there.
The walls. Oh no, I think the walls stopped bleeding too.
Yeah, your horrible nightmarish spells, and then that horrible slug creature has already gone. You realize something suspicious. Like you're starting to come to the realization that somehow you cast that spell, Professor.
Yeah,
because you prepare them in the morning, and then you forgot casting it, and then there was the creature there, and you're like, "Is that me?"
I also, for the first time in game, didn't wipe my memory of an evil spell. I did one of the Hellscape, the Visions of Hell. I forget the exact name, but
Yep.
Forgot. Didn't have time to memory lapse that one. So I do actually remember casting an evil spell as well, and then that curious incident with that creature showed up.
Yep. So you're a little bit worried as you do find books, and there are a curious allotment of this strange potion or oil. You're not too sure what it is. They're all very purple. And there's about a dozen of them that didn't get knocked over as they were sitting kind of arranged in a row 2 by 6 along the bench here, the main counter of the building. You do find books underneath the counter. There are some ledgers. It would take time to go through these things.
You said the stairs went underneath the store, correct?
Yeah, the stairs go underneath, and there was a door. I can draw where it was that led into a cellar.
Okay. While they're checking out that stuff, can I check out the cellar?
Yep.
Is cellar what's under the building?
Yep.
Is that different from basement?
Same thing. A root cellar or a wine cellar, it means it's a basement with a particular purpose. There are barrels down here. There are lots of bottles of foodstuffs and preserves. You do find some icky vats. They smell bad. It's almost like there might be some byproduct in whatever type of craft that she's doing that just ends up in these like horrible soupy vats. There are 2 of them. They're really making your nose sting. And then there are, I don't know, do you have any appraise or any sort of spellcasting ability or crafts?
Spellcasting ability, yes. Oh, you know what? Actually, I have spellcasting ability, not any spellcasting skills.
Got it.
I have survival would be maybe the closest, or perception, but that's pretty much it.
You get a really bad feeling and kind of flashes of memory of being the captive of alchemists. You're not too sure what's important down here and what's junk, but there are strange liquids in some of these bottles.
I leave.
Okay.
Nope, not doing that. There
was another door that led up to
Nope.
street level.
Yeah, I saw the guard of the captain. Like the head of the guards escaped through that, like the east-facing.
Zephyros kind of just moved out of your way, and he noted that you were running out of the basement. He didn't say anything. He just scooped up Makranam, who turns into just a plain burlap sack that he spends most of his time as, or a leather sack. Ferosae, what are you doing?
Well, I can make her forget the past, pretty much this whole fight if we want. If we clean up a bit, she could wake up knowing nothing had happened, and all of a sudden all of her guards are gone, and here we are.
All of her shop is gone as well. We did break everything.
There's a lot of it still here.
Yes, in pieces. I mean, I guess it's, yeah.
All right, so we'll ask, how much of the shop is not destroyed?
So the stuff that was on these tables has all been knocked over, which leaves a couple of shelves that still have bottles and perfumes in it, and this area was
some amount of
pretty
stuff
much
though, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of damage, but yeah, it'd be hard to explain away the amount of damage.
What do we do about, I believe an intended purpose here was to get her to stop besmirching the name of the local Nezumi or something rather?
Well, Professor, why don't you just have an illusion of her wander outside and announce to the world that this is a fake?
I can have a wander out there, but saying anything of value may be a bit difficult. We could have her wandering the streets with clear symptoms of the blood plague for a time wailing, but I suppose we should move off before then.
Okay, you can hear Zephyros battering down another door, and he ends up breaking into this building, him and Makranam.
All right, that's a possibility. Could you just close the shop and force her to write a note?
That is an interesting idea. Explain to her. Oh, maybe we write the note, post it on the door, and leave.
Why can't we just threaten her into saying what we want her to say?
I think we might be able to. I think we've demonstrated that things can go very badly for her when we're around.
Okay, Professor, do you have any craft alchemy?
No, but I craft potion. Yeah, no, wands. That's my crafting ability. I don't think I make anything.
There are some really carefully placed potion bottles. They're really small. There's different liquids in them, and they're right behind the counter.
Mm-hmm.
You do see that these potion bottles are beside what look like a bunch of blowgun darts.
Ooh.
And she was carrying a blowgun when she was being attacked. I think she's got one on her person. She also has a couple of what look like wands at her belt. Just glancing over the counter as you're looking, you've seized 3 books that are probably her ledgers.
Let's disarm her of wands and blowguns. Okay. So if she does wake up, she can't use those.
Pixels. She's holding her nose like it stinks in here. It's too smelly.
Don't you mean diswand her?
Yeah. Oh, that would be easier. Yeah. Yes, and less messy.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll be here all night, by the way.
The piece of gear that or jewelry that stands out on this woman is she has a wonderful set of silvery armbands.
I'll detect magic and start appraising, sort of just looking around at what she was working with.
Okay. There are some things on her and around the shop that begin to glow with magic as you begin to concentrate. By this point in time, Zephyros has come downstairs with a man that is tied up in rope. It also looks like some of Makarnam's stickiness ended up on him. He's awake, but he's very, very unhappy as he gets tossed into the room here.
Do I see that?
Yep.
We
Okay.
found our friend and he's awake again. How nice.
Makarnam, don't worry. I ate his bow for you.
Oh, good.
Eating or keeping?
Oh, for keeping. Zephyros said I shouldn't eat his quiver, however, because his quiver might give me a tummy ache because it's a quiver that is bigger on the inside than the outside.
Oh, how nice.
No, bigger on the yeah.
Saun makes some mental calculations. So where is this quiver?
Zephyros just
Quiver. Fuck.
Zephyros just tosses it to you. It looks actually pretty not very sturdy. Like it's made out of a strange felt.
Did you say felt?
Felt. Yeah, it's got like a felt lining around it.
Cool.
Like a weird pleather in parts of it.
Right. No, I get it.
While the professor's detecting magic, does that resonate as well?
Yeah, the quiver does. Zephyros apparently also can detect magic. He says the quiver is magical, the bow is not.
It seems there's a bit of magic scattered about their persons as well.
Yeah, so the things, I don't know if you're taking them or you're just looking. The blowgun has got a minor enchantment. She's got 2 wands, indeed, that do have minor enchantments on them. One is enchantment, the other one is... Oh, I actually don't know.
I'll definitely pick up the wands off of her and inspect them.
Okay. You can give me a spellcraft check.
Yep. 19.
I think I don't have to ask because you're... Yeah, did you say 19?
Yeah, it's 19. 38.
So that means you automatically identify 5th level magic items. So yeah, I'm going to paste in chat what these things are.
Cool.
There's a wand of charm person and a wand of remove disease with 7 charges remaining.
I'm gonna put them in the gear treasure.
Okay. I will cross those off.
Does okay.
Or I can put them there. That's fine if you want. Me
Okay.
to.
Are there like curtains or anything like that on the inside?
Yeah, she can close up shop and pull curtains across the fixed window.
Okay. I go and tear down one of the curtains. Unless someone stops me.
Yeah, Balamut's refusing to go back inside. He doesn't like the way this smells. The other things that are glowing ever so slightly, the thugs had minor chain shirts and minor cloaks. The Lavender thug archer has minor studded leather, and the other guy ran away, but he did throw down his sword, and the sword is bearing a minor enchantment that is revealed with your detect magic. Indeed, her bracers are quite potent. That is the most magical thing in the room. Now, that's the stuff that belonged to them immediately. There are half a dozen potions that are in perfume form that are around the shop. And then there's one perfume bottle that is this really ostentatious, kind of gaudy woman's perfume bottle with the big kind of like plunger thing to make it spray, and it's got a couple of peacock feathers that are wrapped around the top of it, and there does seem to be some liquid inside. It is radiating transmutation.
So that bottle with like the bulb,
Yeah.
it's called an atomizer.
Nice. Thank you, science.
Yes.
Atomizer. All right, because it makes it spray out. Cool.
Question.
Saun says this, by the way.
I'm curious about the blowgun. I will take a little bit of time and try and figure out what the blowgun is.
I suppose all of this this capital here, all of this stored financial income and these various magical items was ill-gained through duping the unwitting citizens of this alley. I suppose it would be a fair business deal to propose to our friend, the healer priest down the street, that we pay him in exchange for healing the people over the next week or so in this alley who bought false cures. You think he would be amenable to such a thing? It is a deal, but we did interfere with this woman's commerce.
That seems like a possibility. Commerce in exchange for commerce.
The nature of the wands.
Spellcraft, Matt.
You got it.
The nature of the wands. Did the professor vocalize that?
Yeah, I probably would have mumbled it out loud as I figured it out. So yeah, I would have said it in some.
Okay, so Saun's response to that is the wand of remove disease. Would it be possible that what they were selling was not actually fake?
Ooh.
Because all we have to accuse these people, besides the fact that they have armed guards, is the word of a rat.
Out of
whom we
character.
do not know.
I'm so happy someone with intelligence suggested that.
Well, Saun really doesn't have much intelligence.
Sounds pretty wise.
Well, certainly.
Yes.
If I were interacting with so many plagued people, I'd want a wand for myself.
Yes.
Okay.
So let's ask her.
Spellcraft check, Matt. You got a 22. Sixth level magic is the highest thing on the blowgun, which is DC 21. You end up figuring out that this thing is Darrowcraft.
Mm.
It is a +1 distance blowgun that provides a +2 to DCs on poisons that are used through it.
Ooh, that's
How
pretty.
very interesting.
Ooh, what an interesting find there. What about this atomizer? Is that what you called it, son? Curious.
Is it being relieved, or is it? Are you leaving it on her person? Like, are you guys taking her stuff, or is this just an exploratory thing?
I took the wands off her, but I haven't really pocketed a lot. I think we're kind of exploring.
Okay. I'll
The
leave it
blowgun I'm going to set to the side.
Okay.
I don't want her to wake up and shoot me with the poison blowgun.
Yep.
Yeah, same with I don't want her to have her wands on her when she wakes up.
So, Marty, the reason I said that Saun tore down the curtain is he wants
I
to
think Ronnie's
take
here again. Give me a minute. Albert.
Yep. He wants to take a quiver, the quiver, like the magical quiver, and wrap that without touching the quiver.
Okay.
Because Saun's detect disease is, or diagnose disease is not present.
Okay, so you've wrapped up the quiver in some of the curtains.
Yeah. The idea is I'm trying to very carefully avoid direct contact with the quiver, in case it was, diseased.
Contaminated.
Yeah, contaminated.
So is it for keeping?
Well, didn't you say it will make you sick?
Well, if I eat it because of it being an extra dimensional space, it might make me rupture one of my stomachs.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah, I know. So yeah, it would make me sick, so you should probably not eat it too.
Saun looks really sad. It's like, but I was going to. Saun snatches down Balamut's, the thing that Balamut has.
Yeah, his little saddle bag or whatever you want to call it.
Yes. Barding, I think that's what we called it.
Barding is the name of armor for an animal. There is a backpack or pouches that.
Right.
Because there's no saddle on Balamut, so it wouldn't be a saddle bag, but it's same thing.
Yeah.
Two equally weighted bags with some straps around them so you can carry stuff.
You know how in Mad Max there's cars with tall pipes sticking out on both sides?
Exactly.
So Balamut is kind of like that, but it's only one of them, and it's a quiver. That's wrapped in cloth.
Nice.
But otherwise exactly the same.
He's your mobile arrow platform.
Yeah.
Marty, for what it's worth, I already moved Thurgus to the other side of the building. I hope that's okay.
Yeah.
I'm just going to keep watch while they're
Yeah,
doing
you see Bukerbeck leaning against the wall of the building, kind of just down the street a little bit. If you zoom out and go to the right, you can see he's there. He's watching what you guys are doing.
Yeah, I'm just going to keep a lookout, but I kind of don't want to be in that building now.
Can we put these guys down in the basement for a moment and then wake her up and talk to her?
So here's. Does Saun hear this?
Yeah. This door is open, and you guys are conversing.
Yeah, so Saun would walk in. Yeah, he just parked the Balamut to keep watch on the left, where on the it's on the map.
Yep.
Good idea, Ferosae, but let's question each of them individually and cross-reference.
Sure.
And I wouldn't start with her.
Oh no, she's still out for the count for the moment. Let's start with the guy who's awake.
Sure.
He looks worried.
Though putting them in the basement for the moment may be a good idea.
Zephyros sticks them down in the basement. He
Um,
doesn't stick them very deep in the basement. It's pretty cramped down there for some
Oh,
his
yeah.
size.
I think we wanted the one awake guy, though.
Okay.
yeah. I was thinking keep them all, like, if Zephyros tries to, I'd be like, no, Zephyros, wait. Keep the unconscious ones here. Let's take the awake guy to the basement.
Pixel flies over, does a little pirouette on his forehead, and flies back to
On-
Ferosae.
On the guy's forehead?
Yep. He looks infuriated.
Oh, well, that's too bad. And then, let's just take him to the basement. In case any of them wake up, we don't want them to hear what he's saying.
Yeah,
Because we want to cross-reference efficiently.
yes, makes sense.
Okay, so you're all,
Who wants to interrogate?
I'm not much for interrogate. Well, I can be a bit of use in these sort of situations, but I think we should concentrate that usage to one particular moment.
I would assume Miss Lavender then.
Yes, let
so.
me just check my spell book for the day.
You hear a voice in your mind, Professor. Oh, don't be an idiot. Just use the wand you found. They won't be able to resist while they are unconscious.
Yes. Oh, thank you. Well, there's this wand of charm person, of course. We could simply use that.
How's that work?
I believe we just point it at them and give it a bit of a flourish. Let me think for a moment.
But what happens when it wears off? We don't want her recanting all of her testimony here. We don't want to have to come back in a week and kill her.
We don't?
It's such a hassle.
It is.
Well, let's do it right now then, or right after.
Well, right, even now, or either she's bought into our little plan, or she's not, and she'll have symptoms of the blood plague when they find her body.
Yes. I actually have a spell for faking evidence of death.
Delightful.
Yeah, because we have had to do this surprisingly a lot.
We can wake her up and talk to her though first, and perhaps she'll be amenable. I think it would be more effective if she recanted her.
Zephyros, you can just see sort of a cross face as you guys are talking about murdering these people. He, come along, Makarnam, you don't want to watch.
Let's talk to the gentleman in the basement then first.
Yeah, Saun eagerly follows.
Okay. Pixel's gonna dance amongst the pretty perfumes.
I thought you said she hated the smell.
She hates the smell, but she's holding her nose. She likes the look of some of the bottles. Professor, are you going downstairs or not?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry. There's an alarm thing going off, but yes, I'm going.
Okay. All right, the three jerks and the crawling claw go down to the basement. There's the guy that you tied up down there. The other two you left upstairs. He's looking very worried. You saw he was struggling a little bit against his bindings, but he stopped doing that when you guys...
Tell us what you know about Lavender's operation here. What is she really selling? And what makes her think she can get away with it?
Okay, you're removing his gag?
Yeah.
Yeah. You should let us go.
Yes, of course. That wasn't our question, though. Please, I'm growing a bit tired of this place. Could you please be more forward with your explanations?
There's no guarantees in life. He says the cure, it should work.
Should it? Why don't we just have you kiss someone with blood on their eyes and then take some of it yourself? How would you feel?
Well, it's a remedy, not a foolproof cure.
Ooh, I grow tired of this questioning. I will take out the charm person one and tap him with it.
Okay, he is awake, so he's going to get a saving throw.
Professor, if he resists the spell, will we know that he did?
Ooh, a very interesting question. Paradox, I think. I suppose we could maybe detect magic on him.
He snorts. He's still looking angrily and trying to talk his way out of this.
So the DC for this should be pretty higher than just.
Oh, that's right. It's not a normal wand. It is a professor wand.
So it should give me my spell.
11 plus your int mod.
My int mod is 9.
Okay, so you turned a first level wand into a DC 20 wand. He got a 17. Had it been a regular old wand, yeah, he would have made it. But you notice he kind of snorts, he sniffs, he looks at the other two, and he seems angry at them. But then he looks at the professor, and his facial features just soften.
Well, hello there, sir, and good evening.
Please help me get out of this.
Yes, sorry that you find yourself in this regrettable position, but I was hoping you could answer a few questions for me. Time is of the essence.
All right.
There's been some rumors that this shop has been employing less than reputable practices. We were sent here to get to the bottom of it, and we'd appreciate honesty and candor about what is your daily operation here.
Yeah, Vendra said that she expects some problems, as an alchemist can't be expected to be perfect all the time.
Is the cure effective at all, have you noticed?
Well, some of the people that have taken it gotten sort of better.
Not fully cured, though.
No. No, we had to fire a guy that got sick. Yeah, we sent him off with a couple of cures, and we wished him luck.
Is the madam overseeing the alchemical brewing process exclusively? You don't have any details about what specific methods she's using?
Oh, no. Well, it has to do with some of this crap down here. But she's a perfumist and I guess an alchemist, yeah. You guys gonna let me go after this, right? We're just hired to protect your shop.
Yes, of course. You're just mercenaries. Do you know what are these ingredients in these barrels? It would be quite helpful if you could help explain this.
Fuck no, but there's something down here that makes it purple. She really likes the color purple.
Interesting. Yes, lavender. That makes sense, of course. Is she getting...
She does this thing where it looks like water, and then she adds some more water to it, and it turns purple. It's like magic.
Yes, magic, no doubt. Do you know who is bringing in your shipments of alchemical reagents and supplies?
Again, not my shop.
Yes, of course. Just the hired muscle, as it were. Famously,
Yeah, well,
Saun-
not just muscle. I'm the archer. I'm the lookout.
Oh, yes, eyes and brawn. You are quite the combination, sir. I do appreciate your honesty.
What's your name?
Ah, my name, you ask? Well, I am.
Yeah, I'm Ulians. You know, I'd shake your hand if you let me out of these ropes.
Yes,
How do you spell your name?
Ulians.
How do you spell that?
Uliens. Ulians.
yes, you Ulians. Just one moment, please bear with us. Ferosae, Saun, is there any other particular lines of questioning we're interested in?
Is that your guard? He points to Saun, who's obviously the archer that he remembers playing archery tag with.
Saun, I believe, is actually somewhere between my dream therapist and spiritual guide at this point.
Saun? How do you spell that?
Saun, I believe Saun.
So not.
You got me good the other day.
Yeah. Here's the thing. How long you been working here?
We've been at it for about a month.
And
We used to do odd jobs, you know, but that employer, yeah.
Who ran the guard troop, I suppose, that guarded the shop?
Guy ran away. His name
That
is
makes sense.
his name's Yuri.
Okay. Some doesn't ask how to spell that.
Yeah, you probably scared him pretty good. Things got a little crazy there. I don't know what happened. Magic, you know. Ooh, you know, we ate some of these mushrooms one time from Lavender's shop, and we got pretty fucked up and saw some.
Skull's ears perk up.
Yeah,
Uh,
I saw some things, but yeah, you're not gonna let these guys kill me, are you? He's addressing the professor.
I'm not sure what you mean about saw some peculiar things. My memory's a bit fuzzy lately. Ferosae, though.
Well, like the street all cracking up and it melting and looking like, you know.
It's a terrible scene indeed.
Yeah, I guess she deserves it. Yeah. You know.
Why? I think she'll probably still be happy to pay you. We'll just need to have a little negotiation with her.
Okay.
Yes, it seems she's been destabilizing the area a bit, riling up tensions, pinning the whole blood veil on Nezumi, selling false cures in the streets. It's a big.
her that pinned the blood veil, or where did that come from? The notion that the Nezumi are behind it.
I had only heard it from.
Well, yeah, they carry disease, don't they? Dirty rat people.
I've found all of the inherited races to be a mix of cleanliness and squalor. There are some humans I have come across who had worse hygiene than some rats, if you would believe it.
I think the conspiracy goes far deeper.
Yeah, no
And
doubt.
we are just being blamed.
Mm.
We shall see. Stay away from the plague, though.
Well, yeah, no shit. We got enough sick people showing up at the door here, demanding cures and whining that they don't have enough money. They're lucky. They're lucky that they got Lavender.
Oh, it was my impression that her cure was less than effective.
Well, better than nothing.
But that money she gets from them is most likely better spent on bread, or perhaps a real cure that is, well, shall we say, more effective?
Well,
Less accessible, though.
pays my wages. Maybe maybe we do need a wizard or something like that in our crew. You looking for work, old man?
Work, sir, I'm sorry, my time is short and it must be dedicated to study. Much to do, very little time, you see. But I appreciate the offer.
You sure? Like, if you haven't learned anything by now, you know.
I will quick draw silent image wand, and I will try and nonchalantly do it, but he'll like see me do it, and I'll fill the basement with like a weird shadow flitting about of like I think it's going to be the other professor Sinclair. I'll give him some reign to control it, and like shadow man creeping around with maybe blazing dark eyes that stare at this guard on the ground.
Oh, what the fuck is that?
And I will say, you do not know the knowledge that is still there to seek. If only you were wise enough to look.
There's something in the basement, bud.
What? I'll say, and turn and look, and it will disappear.
Yeah, there's something back there. We should probably get out of here. And he's.
I don't think we've got any more questions for him. Do we just turn him loose and let him run off?
Do you have any other opportunities for employment? I think your crew won't be needed here.
Yeah, we'll find a new boss if. Are Lenny and Greg still alive?
Last I saw them. I'll glance at Saun.
For now.
Oh, okay. Well, sounds like Yuri got away. We don't worry about us.
Oh, we don't. But do you happen to know where to get some papers for a bear?
Papers?
Yeah.
That's like merchant stuff, or maybe a sheriff or something.
So I won't ask if you know a sheriff, but do you know of a sheriff?
Well, yeah, there's the sheriff of Slewborough. He's kind of a dingus.
Oh, sounds like a good guy. What's his name?
Sheriff. Kind of like
Dingus.
Can it be Dingus?
No, it's not dingus.
Please.
Drangus? Sheriff Drangus?
The sheriff did show
Gindus.
up one time when you guys were. Let me have to look through some of the other
I
maps.
do remember that.
He showed up with some
Sheriff?
folks with the magical eating beast, and he was
Yeah,
pointing things
yeah.
out. This is when you guys had your fireball fight in the middle of the street before things went nuts.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah. I remember him.
Let me see if I can find his token.
I do.
Oh, I do. Sheriff Beauregard III.
What is he?
That sounds
Nice.
familiar.
Oh, well,
How do you spell that?
There should probably be a U in there. Beauregard.
Beauregard sounds way cooler.
Beauregard. Beauregard.
I don't think you should. You will be able to.
Beauregard. He's like the third of his family or some nonsense.
Where is his office, I guess?
It's by the. You're not from the slough?
Do I look like I'm from the slough?
He's got an office, the sheriff's office. Yeah, we've woken up, after a good night of drinking.
Been there, but not at this particular sheriff's office.
Let's see. The sheriff's office is in the Slewborough Market Square. It's kind of between Devil's Alley and Slewborough Market Square. Can't miss it.
Thank you for that piece of information. You do realize, though, sir, that you won't be able to ever return here. There's terrible things may happen if you do, I'm afraid.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think we kind of failed. If you let us go, we'll take a hike, and you could rob her shop or whatever if you're into perfume.
We're mostly into money.
I'd stay away from her little needles. She's kind of a poisoner.
Yeah, about that. Besides selling perfume, which can't be very profitable in a fucking slough.
You'd be surprised if you ever gone to Leatherton. Holy fuck, it smells.
I suppose that's true.
There's some cheap shit that we buy.
What else is her business? I mean, besides selling fake cures and
Well, she knows how to make poisons.
And who does she make them for?
Anyone that comes through her front door that's, on the level.
Yes.
Don't tell her I told you that. She probably dropped something in my beer.
Ooh.
Why did I tell you that?
It's just conversation, really. To help
You gonna let me out of these things now? I'd like to get going.
Just a moment, sir. Pardon me. I'll glance sort of at Saun and Ferosae and shrug.
I'll shrug. Sure. I think we've got information from him.
Yeah. Saun will, pull out a giant greatsword and
Whoa! Don't worry. I'm not gonna go to the sheriff. No, there's no need to get the sheriff involved in this. It's just turf and all that stuff.
Yeah, Saun used the greatsword to cut the rope.
He gets up a little bit. He's like, thanks. No chancing me getting my bow and quiver back, is there?
No.
I think something ate it. He's looking up the
stairs.
stairs.
Well, he was asleep though. Would he really know?
He was being tied up, and he saw.
It was a strange situation for sure. Many terrible things happened.
Yeah, careful what you drink and touch around here. I'm just gonna go at the back, all right?
Yeah.
You've been quite helpful, Ulians.
Oh, yeah. Anytime you want to do some wizarding work for hire, we could use a wizard.
More importantly, anytime you want to do some work that involves finding a group of us, don't.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. Don't worry. Losing is just setting up future winning.
Ulians, and maybe don't mention this event to anyone, and try not to talk about it with your compatriots. The things you saw here tonight were strange. People may not believe them, and it may be for the best if you don't walk around saying such curious things.
There's crazy times. No one will believe me anyways. All right, so I'm going to just, he's inching into the root cellar. He bumps into a few bottles, and now he's making his way. All right, see you later.
Yeah, I think we just let him.
Oh,
I'll just watch it go.
They let me go.
Bullshit! Get back in there!
Hey, whoa!
One of them's escaping.
Hey, wizard! You got your guy out here. Is it a bear? What the fuck?
Saun runs in there, runs past the guy, looks out. He's like, "Oh my god, who the fuck is that?"
Really? You gonna do this now?
Yeah. I turn back to Williams. I'm like, you should probably go the other way. This thing looks really dangerous.
Oh fuck! He goes back through here.
Did you forget something?
Oh yeah, don't worry about it. I'll just go out another way.
If I can find a broom, I'm going to start sweeping up broken glass
Sure. Shop.
and
There should
keeping
be
an eye on the alchemist.
He ends up going down this weird little alley between the buildings.
Right. Which is where alleys normally are, yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
But it's like a roof, like a covered alley sort of thing.
Oh, look. Right.
I'll watch him go.
Yeah, you see a bunch of like doors that lead into other buildings in this
Walk
alley.
back.
Yeah,
I'll walk
he turns around. He just gives you a little nod because you're his buddy. And, the charm spell worked like a charm.
I'll go over and
Yeah, we have a house rule where will saves don't work if you're unconscious.
I'll go around and tap the other 3.
Okay, so you are now using 3 charges.
When you're unconscious or when you're sleeping?
Sleeping may be different now that we've opened up the Dreamverse, but
Right.
when you are helpless and unconscious.
Right.
It's a core rule, I think, that you're always a willing target whenever you're unconscious.
Is it? Okay, I couldn't remember if it was the 3rd edition where it wasn't, and then we house ruled it, or if it was now. But yeah,
I think it's actually Pathfinder core rule that you're a willing target.
Cool. So yeah, the Lavender thugs take the charm spell, and Lavender, although you learned her first name, it might not be Lavender, it just might be the name of her shop, or a pseudonym.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you place charm spells upon their brows.
I'll remove any of magic items or things from Lavender.
The braziers are quite nice. It looks like her blowgun has been taken off to the side. She does have a dagger that isn't magical.
I'll take all that off and set it to the side on the counter.
Okay. She had two potions that are now reveal their minor enchantment. You suspect they're curing potions. She had in her pocket. Okay, there's Greg and Lenny. You don't know which one's which. You did not get proper introductions. And then Vendra.
You want to cut Greg and Lenny first?
Yes, let's wake them up first and deal with her last after all her guards are gone, I think.
Yeah. Saun like kicks them in the face till they wake up.
I don't think that works.
I don't think they're gonna wake up with kicks. You kind of give them a little rustle, and they're both unconscious. They have some bloody wounds from combat, from fighting bears. They've got arrows stuck in them, and then a little bit of pummeling damage. And if you keep on kicking them, they're probably gonna meet their maker.
Aren't we all sooner or later?
Do we have any way we could heal them to wake them up? Otherwise, this may take a while.
Fuck it. Does my channel like work through walls? Or wait, no, my channel is does it work through like?
If you closed a door and put the wall between you and your channel, it would not affect people on the other side. It is.
How about like the counter or something along those lines?
It probably would affect them.
Okay.
To the base.
Yeah. I guess Saun like grabs one. Make sure to do it in the glove to like not touch them in case they're infected.
Okay.
Or maybe not in the glove, like even just take some cloth that you see somewhere and like.
So you're dragging these guys to the basement. They have not been tied up in any way.
Nope.
They've been relieved of their weapons. They were carrying falchions and they had light crossbows.
Did you guys take their armor?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, no, they still have that. I don't think we've even like searched them per se. We look for magical things.
Their armor and their cloaks are minorly enchanted. Is what you said. They have chain shirts and cloaks.
They are wearing some magical items, cloaks and armor, that sort of thing.
I don't think they're powerful enough to be worth carrying around. The marketplace for magic around here is pretty collapsed at the moment. I don't know
Yes.
who we'd sell it to.
Well, I don't know if we want to remove the weapons or anything before we get started here. They will be acquiescent to my words, but they'll probably still react quite negatively to the rest of you.
How could anyone react negatively to us?
It is surprising, but it does happen.
Yes, set the weapon aside before you wake them up, and then wake them up and talk to them, and then let them pick up their weapon on the way out.
Yes, that sounds reasonable.
Either that, or you can take it, put it in their hands, point it at your heart, and then wake them up and see how that goes.
It is an experiment. I will give you that.
Option A. Go with option A.
Pixel's like, don't do that. She didn't quite get the sarcasm.
I guess set the weapons aside. Do like a one finger to pick up the sword.
Yeah.
It's a bit heavy.
Actually, so yeah, Saun drags him downstairs and immediately goes back up to guard the lady.
Okay.
So these guys can interrogate them now.
Oh, I don't really want to interrogate them. I don't think they know anything that the other guy didn't know.
Cross-reference.
Go ahead.
Or you can watch her. I can.
Before we wake them up, a bit of an insurance policy, I think. Where was that spell? Yes, where are we? I'm gonna cast Major Image.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Your third level illusion spell. What horrible things are you summoning into?
In the basement with us, in the corner, I will be like on the ground administering to Vendra Lavender. She will be very deep into having the blood veil, like the full-on blood coming out everywhere, and I will be very close to her, like my arm around her, very concerned, like trying to take care of her, and she'll just be moaning. I can do sound, smell, thermal. It can't do intelligible speech though. She'll just be kind of like moaning softly, wailing a little bit, making a lot of gross splattering sounds.
Okay. So you summon this image. Are you making the crawling claw concentrate on it?
Yeah, the crawling claw can concentrate on it and be sort of the Watson to my Sherlock Holmes here, or some other duo.
All right. The crawling claw maintains the illusion of a very sick Loadri or Vendra. She's got a death rattle of a cough, and she's bleeding from multiple orifices and weird pustules along her neck. She's awake and in pain.
Yes, son, you can begin now. Oh dear, please, try not to hurt yourself. Don't strain.
I take it you said the last thing to the illusion.
Yeah, I will turn to you.
Right. Okay. Because sounds like this isn't really a lot of work. Yeah. So, scroll. Since we're in the basement, I channel. What's the word for it?
Positive energy.
Yeah. That's it.
You are an 8th level priest, so that's 46.
Can I just take half?
You can take average, so 3.5 per die, which is 7. You could heal them for 14.
Sure.
Okay. That heals them for 14 non-lethal and 14 lethal. So this guy's at 22 damage and awake. And this guy is at 28 damage. Still has his 3 int damage. And awake. Alright, these two guys... what the fuck happened?
Oh, you're both awake. Oh, thank God.
My head.
No, Lavender, please be still. Oh,
Greg, look! It's Lavender. Whoa, buddy. Whoa.
Greg seems to be holding his head. The guy who's doing most of the talking is Lenny.
yeah, there'll be a lot of like blood starting to get on my hands and clothes.
Whoa, big guy.
The cures have stopped working. It seems they never worked at all. We're not sure. Oh, she's very sick.
Oh, it's not working.
It doesn't seem to be.
But we drank it.
No one's safe from it, it seems. Oh no, Lavender, please be careful. She'll let out a particular pitiful moan.
Oh, don't touch her.
No, it's too late. It's too late for us all.
Hey, buddy, don't touch her. You'll get sick. Oh, we need to get out of here. Hey.
Oh, you must stay. You must help me.
Sounds kind of confused. He's not really sure what the purpose of this is.
No, she's that bad. She's fucked. We got to get out of here, buddy.
Please come back. Don't
No, you need to leave now. You need to wash it all off and just take some bottles and rinse your hands. Okay, we got to go.
I'll get particular in her face. She'll maybe like cough on into my face. No, be still, girl.
Greg is holding his head and just shuffling along, and Lenny is leading them out. Apparently, the extent of their friendship is telling you to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And not stabbing me immediately.
You should really get out of there, bud.
Come back, please.
Holy fuck, let's go at the back.
Fuck it.
Greg and Lenny are leaving.
Yeah, after they leave, Saun turns to the professor and says, it seems like everyone here that we've interrogated so far believes the cure was real.
To some extent, the professor says, dusting himself off, the blood disappearing, and
they now will probably carry to their friends the story of Lavender being horribly plagued.
Yes.
That's a good one. That is a good one.
At least Lenny will. Greg looked like he was pretty fucked up in the head.
Yeah, Greg's not sure what happened. Yeah. I think the illusory Lavender will stand up and will produce an illusory cigarette and will nonchalantly be smoking it here in the basement standing next to us.
Okay. Saun pulls out a real cigarette and starts smoking it also nonchalantly.
Yeah, Saun, he is uncanny with his illusions. Like, he casts them, but you're kind of just, he's doing a good job.
That takes care of the thugs, I believe. I don't think those last two will ever come back, and I don't think the first one will either.
Oh, no.
Ferosae and Pixel have brushed up all of the broken glass into a pile and have, pushed over the tables into the right position and collected any of the bottles that didn't break that got scattered around the room, just kind of in clusters upon the still perfume-spilled tables. Like, you cleaned up, but there's obvious, it's obvious that things have happened. She is still lying on the ground?
Now that I've been in the basement for a while, what is sort of my sense of what's going on down here? Can I take a moment to...
Do you have any craft alchemy, or...
I don't. I'm looking for, what seems to be the most important thing. I guess I do an appraise to figure out what is the most valuable sort of... I'm looking for the spooky thing, Marty. What do we got down here?
Okay, give me an appraise.
32.
The most valuable thing down here is there is a shelf full of bottles, some big, some small, some all the way down to potion bottles, that have different tinctures and extracts of tastes and smells by the way that they're by the way that they're described. You are guessing with just your raw brain talent that this is the secret of the craft of creating smells. And she has a significant storehouse full of alchemical things towards making perfumes.
Do I see what is likely the major source of her cure-all? What is the cure-all production operation?
You do see that there is a bench down here. Like it's a specialized alchemical bench for potion making, and she is in the process of creating some of this purple stuff. You find 4 other vials of these purple things down here that look like they're complete or they're sitting. You're not sure what the process is, and then you see various stages of more of it being built.
I will sit down at her bench and hold one of the completed ones and concentrate on it for a moment, trying to slip into Lavender's memories with a psychometry check. 2 on the die, 27.
You learn a thing for every bonus beyond
5, maybe? I can't remember. It's been a while.
Okay, Lavender.
10. So I'll get 2 of them there.
Two memories from sifting through her lab.
Yeah.
Okay, there was a memory that is filled with emotion about how she's going to show them. You don't know who them are, but she adds her telltale purple tincture to the cure.
Mm-hmm.
And this was like a seething rage against other authority figures in her craft, and you actually recognize this feeling, Professor.
Ooh.
As your many theories throughout the years have been poo-pooed and shoved aside and dismissed as rubbish for the prevailing theories and politics of the university.
Mm-hmm.
Have not always been on your side. She apparently also has similar feelings about maybe other alchemists or other perfumists. And there's a touch of vanity here. Again, a familiar feeling.
Slipped into that real easy.
The other thing that you learn is her own surprise. Like she had a thought where she said, I might have accidentally created something that soothes people's pain. And there's a bunch of like cloves and other reagents that are typically used in teas or in poultices that she just used because they smelled nice.
Mm-hmm.
And that mollified any of her guilt around selling a false cure. At least she was making people's miserable lives better for as long as they had. And she continued to use these ingredients.
Yep.
You can see the professor has taken off his gloves and he's
Right.
like gently touching some alembics and some beakers and like reading the table. He's doing weird spooky.
Right.
spiritual
Yeah,
stuff.
I mean, without disturbing the professor, can Saun, like, if he sees anything, I mean, he wouldn't recognize like anything like chemistry or anything like that. But
one last thing with your appraise of 32, the reagents down here would be worth to another perfumist probably 1,000 to 2,000 gold pieces. You would definitely need to use your wagon to move all these liquids, though, or your scarage. Go ahead, Saun. What?
Just real quick, does Saun see any kind of like, because I mean, I know in actual perfumes they use like herbs and things like that, that Saun might be familiar with. So does he see anything like that, or does he just see like powders and shit that he wouldn't have anything idea?
Let me see, Saun's knowledge nature, maybe?
Well, that's what I was thinking, or survival or something like that.
Knowledge nature.
Knowledge nature, okay. So I cast guidance, which gives me a +1 to the skill check. It's a like that 0th level thing.
Yep.
Natural 1, 14.
Okay, there are things that you recognize. Thankfully, a lot of the labels are, well, you assume are correct. We're going to say that you find or can by mixing some of these herbs and things, you could add 5 uses to a healing kit. Like, I'll take a little bit of this and some of this and this and these herbs right here is good for a poultice, and you'd make 5 poultices out of it, and you could add that to your healing kit.
Okay. Yeah. So, Saun does that.
Okay.
And I think, like, since he saw the professor touch it, he's like, fuck it.
You did see something that was like a jar labeled a particular type of mushroom that you knew was hallucinogenic, and unfortunately it was empty. It looked like a bunch of people had been attacking that jar like a cookie jar, and you were like, damn it.
Been there as well.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I'll add it to my phone kit. The
Bukrabek wanders over to Thurgus.
Have you found what you need to find?
There's a bunch of alchemical stuff in there. They're asking a bunch of questions. I think they're fine.
Where did you come from?
Oh, well, I'm pretty sure you probably call that place, you call it the Beastlands, but to my people, it's called the land blessed by blood.
Were you born like this?
Best I can remember, yeah. I was raised, my mom was a bear like me, dad's a bear like me,
Bukrabek does not remember his childhood.
Well, my family taught me a lot of, survival-y things. I don't remember like playing or nothing like that, but I remember my first kill. It was great. Things like that.
But you remember being a child?
To a certain extent.
Yes. Bukrabek, he is very much alone amongst us, the inherited races. Most of them lived childhoods, all of them that he talked to. Bukrabek, however, remember a different childhood. He did not have this many fingers, and they were not green.
You think you were turned?
Bukrabek thinks that he was a priest once, still is, but he think he was a priest that got to the bad end of priestly dealings.
I'm kind of like a priest.
Yes, I see that. You make your sword glow. Ha ha.
I'm like standing up like a man, but like I'm a bear and I'm also a priest. I'm like man-bear priest.
It is like man's bear priest, yes. Yes, apt description. Bukrabek remembers waking up in a swamp, not knowing where he is, and not realizing that he could do this, and his tongue goes back to his mouth, and that he has terrible croak.
But I'm sure Bukrabek has got made a lot of women happy with that. And he like gestures towards it.
Bukrabek did not get along with other boggards he found nearby. They did not find the great art of wearing clothing and trading and, speaking. Bukrabek got run out of the swamps, and then eventually he found his way here to station, where he remembered walking. But he's sure that his big fat feet never walked there before. Bukrabek thinks something rotten in his own church.
Is that something you like in trying to find answers for.
Yes.
You think this group's going to help you fix your church?
Anytime Bukrabek meets another inherited races, he's got questions like these. But you child, so you not same position as Bukrabek. Bukrabek thinks that he was a man once. Bukrabek thinks he was reincarnated.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about that kind of thing.
Oh well, it is still Bukrabek is still here.
Maybe he was given a second chance.
It is good way of looking at it. One hand gives while the other hand takes. You are still alive?
Well, despite their best efforts.
Yes. Bukrabek is concerned about you going up against a bunch of alchemists alone. Alchemists as the big bombs. And do you know that tower that you said you were in? I would not want to assault tower from outside. I hear they have horrible traps. They've spent a lot of money defending that tower. You see, like a tap with water, or a chute, where things come plowing down. Bukrabek thinks that they've got more alchemical bombs in that tower than anywhere else in all of Station.
So you think we should just blow it up?
You'd have to be on the inside. You'd have to be mad to want to go up against traps made by alchemists. The tower could probably rain down the horrible bombs, thousands of them. The whole city block would burn if they attacked that. If they attacked that tower. Oh. See, Bukrabek learned long time ago. Sometimes you learn things not by watching what people do, but you learn things on how they spend their money.
Nice. So, I think, if I'm getting you right, we have to fly like a bird above this tower and drop a bunch of bombs and blow the whole thing up. Is that right? Is that what you're getting at?
Or you sneak inside and you have someone who knows how to break trap. You would not want to be invading army attacking that tower for sure. It wouldn't be just rocks that they drop on your head.
Right. Well, Thurgus is not exactly a sneaky type, but he can't exactly fly either. It's a bit of a conundrum.
Bukrabek remembers having come across an old book where there was a time when alchemists had all of their panties in bunch because no one could buy reagents for alchemist fire.
So you think we could, like, corner the market or something?
I think that they already have. Long time ago, vast quantities of it was purchased. This sort of thing, I think, got Bukrabek, the old Bukrabek, in trouble.
Interesting.
And if I wake up in swamp looking like this, maybe they had something to do with it. They seem very interested in understanding what you are.
That's a good point. I heard they like to experiment on frogs. It's like a class thing or something.
Frogs. Bogard, also known as bullywug. Bear.
And he'll, like, pat him on the shoulder.
Yeah.
Big me and
These animal jokes are okay between trusting inherited
totally.
races, but you get a human or
It's one of those
halfling
you
calling
people
that. you get an elf or a dwarf or a human or one of the non-inherited races calling you that, and like blood will be spilled.
Totally.
Yeah.
I will slowly stand up from the bench,
Yep.
and I will walk back up the stairs because the bench was in the basement.
Yes. Yeah.
I believe she inadvertently discovered a form of pain reliever, and she justified selling it as a cure because it eases their pain. It doesn't really cure them, but I suppose it would make the dying a lot less difficult.
Well, we still need her to stop messing with the Nezumi.
Yes. Well, her guards are gone now. She'll be, I think, much more pliable.
Well,
Give me a moment here. I'll cast Touch of Idiocy on her, and I'll cast Bestow Curse.
Oh no! Oh no! Not this charm person stuff. Touch
Yeah,
of
she's
idiocy.
already charmed.
So this is a
yeah.
D6 to int, whiz, and charisma penalty.
I rolled it up above and got a 3.
Okay.
And then the Bestow Curse variant I want to use is -4 to attack rolls, saves, skill checks, ability checks. I kind of want to make it harder for her to get away with bluffing us.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Okay. So her positive charisma has now become a neutral charisma. And then what was the last one? You're cursing her with?
-4 to attack, saves, skill checks, and ability checks.
Okay.
I'll sit down on a bench if any of them still work.
Yeah, these are all shelving units. There are all small stools that are around this place that aren't on the map. So you grab a stool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, she's significantly cursed.
Immediately after I cast,
She's drooling a little bit.
I cast Discern Lies.
Oh. You guys. Your fancy magics.
Magics.
She fails her will save. Each round you concentrate on one target. You know if the target deliberately or knowingly speaks a lie by discerning disturbances in the aura caused by lying. It's your truth aura. Cool.
Well, it's not like actual truth. It's what they believe.
Okay, so this spell only lasts for 8 rounds, which is like less than a minute.
Right. Yeah, and immediately after this, Saun casts another round of channel positive energy.
Okay, she awakens.
Heals Ferosae, by the way, who's slightly injured.
Oh, yeah, nice.
For 14. She sputters awake, but she's still lying down. She's like, ugh.
Oh, Vendra, girl, are you okay?
Oh, yeah, she's... Who are you? What happened here?
I'm not sure what happened. There was a bit of a commotion, though. All of your guards have run off.
We're going to ask you some pointed questions. And then we're going to let you go if you get the right answers.
She's rubbing her head a little bit, and she stands and kind of knocks against the counter.
Yeah.
So like holds her up, like
Okay.
Helps her stand.
She's trying to wiggle out of your grasp. She doesn't.
Please, Vendra,
Not working.
be calm. These people, they won't hurt you, but they must know some things. Please, I don't want them to hurt you.
My head's...
I'll close the door.
You did something to me, she says, and she's shaking her head. She knows that her, plus 3 on all ability scores, that's a wicked hangover.
Yeah.
There was something in the shop, some blood. I'm not sure. Please, do not overstrain yourself. We have questions, though.
The cures you're selling to the people don't actually cure the blood veil, do they?
Yes, they do, and you get a warble from the discern lies.
Then
You're lying. We can tell.
We already know about the pain relief you discovered. A quite brilliant discovery, but too little too late for the blood veil, I'm afraid. Please, don't lie.
fine. It's not doing them any harm.
No. Which is why what we need you to do is tell the truth.
Yes, the people, they're so destitute already. The little coin they have given to you for false hope. But please, girl, you must see. I know we're all starving down here, but please.
If you let me go, I'll give you a special potion.
Um,
There is misdirection, like there is a slight warble from that.
A little blue potion.
Yeah.
no, thank you.
She
We
struggles
will
a
let
little
you
bit.
go if you tell the people that you've tricked that your cure is fake. Your business is over. You gotta see that. At least the selling fake potions part. Your perfumes are very good, though. So I'm sure you'll do fine for yourself. But
And the pain relief.
People that I sick are fucked anyway, she says.
I can actually save some of them.
You've also been spreading, and others, the rumor that the Nezumi are behind this. And that's not true either.
It is causing
She
so
looks-
much chaos down here. You must stop. Surely you see it.
The Nezumi just want my shop. There's
So you're spreading lies about them?
There is a warble there that is different from the last warble.
They might
there's
want
some
it, but-
there's some untruth wrapped in that statement.
Tell me about the Nezumi. What is this feud down here? Please tell me.
There is no feud. She's just lying.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
The Nezumi owned this place before I did, and then I own it legitimately.
You can trust me, please. Give me the details.
There's no warble of truth. There's no warble
Right.
of untruth there.
How did you acquire this shop?
Legally, she's lying.
Okay.
Well, there's some untruth in that statement.
You're lying. And
Well, I own the shop legally, she says, and there's no untruth there.
right. So you bribed an official. Who did you bribe?
It was a long time ago.
Good. Then
They should have learned their lesson.
See, here's the thing. You're being surrounded by people who have weapons, are much bigger than you, and you have no weapons. You should learn a lesson.
We don't
Stop
care
lying
about your
and
shop.
cooperate. We don't need your shop. Ferosae is correct. But we do need you to tell the truth.
They're
And yes, I am threatening you.
they're just minor remedies. They're not real cures. They look good.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
Tell them they help ease the pain and so on. For that, I'm fine with it. And make sure that you make a clear statement that you know the Nezumi are not spreading this plague, and then everything is fine.
Will
If
you
you don't do that, or if you go back on it, we'll come back.
You will do that, won't you, Lavender? May I call you that, Vendra? You will. Please.
She nods. She's like, so if I say the Nezumi are not behind the plague and stop selling the purple stuff, you'll leave me alone?
Well, it can still be purple. Just don't mislabel it.
We can't have you selling false cures of this plague. It causes unknowable harm to us all.
Who are you? You're not the guard.
God, we are just passing ships in the night.
We're with a higher authority. We come from the royal tier on a very specific mission. I'm lying and I have glibness up.
Yeah, give me a bluff check, because this is hilarious. You've eroded her ability to make skill checks. So
Yes.
her sense motive before this was +9, and then you dropped her wisdom by 3, so that's -2. That's +7, and then the hex is -4 to her checks.
Yep.
So +3. So the most she can get is a 23, which you beat by 16.
With a roll of a 3 on the die.
Yeah,
So
she gets a 13
Yeah.
total, so you beat it by 26. You work for the queen? She looks frightened.
I just stare at her.
I'm a big supporter of the queen.
I don't care if you support the queen, but we're here for something very specific, which is you make a public statement that the Nezumi are not behind this, and you stop selling these things as cures and let people know what they really do.
They will want the money back.
Yeah, they probably will.
The queen. Could you give her something for me?
No. No, we could. We're not taking anything from you. Sorry.
I can.
Okay, are
Well-
you... She's trying to... Saun's still, like, holding her arm. She's trying to wiggle out of... The
Tell me what it is, and I'll give it.
Not that the queen isn't already the most beautiful woman in all station, but that spray.
I cast detect poison on that spray.
Okay, there is no poison coming from the bottle. This is the
What does
thing
it
with
do?
the atomizer and the beautiful gaudy glass. It can make one, while the perfume is active, more beautiful, more persuasive.
And after?
It will wear off, and you'll want to spray yourself again.
So it's addictive.
No, but
Is it?
by this point in time, the conversation, I think, to Discern Lies is gone.
Gotcha.
Less than a minute is...
Okay.
I will do this for you.
Well, so Saun repeats the question
Yeah.
though. Is it? And
Well, if you
she's aware that she might be lying here. That
if you want people to like you, she says, and she's now flustered that she can't.
Oh, people already love me. Look at me. How could one not?
She gives you this look of like disgust. Her lips curl, and it's like she doesn't like your smell, let alone your presence, and
Right.
definitely doesn't like being manhandled.
Vendra, you do see the seriousness of this matter, don't you?
Oh yes, there are all sorts of rumors about how the queen always gets her way. I am a loyal subject to document right now, and I'll give a free perfume to the unwashed masses that come and they're likely, well, they're all sick.
You may want to close up for a while.
That would be a good idea, she says.
Up to you, but make sure you make those statements first.
Oh, yeah.
Look, Vendra, I'm very busy. You can imagine that someone in my position doesn't have a lot of free time to come down to the slough and deliver the will of my masters. So don't make me come and do it again.
I am humbled that the queen would have taken, or her servants have taken notice, and a poor perfumist in the slough, she says.
Well, we've taken notice of a crime that you're committing and that you've just admitted to in the presence of witnesses. So you're looking at getting hanged if you take this too much further.
Oh, I enjoy living. I will make
Don't we all?
recompense.
We needn't talk about this too much either. As I've said, we're pretty busy. I don't really want people pestering us.
Yes, of course. Long live Queen Iliosa.
How do you spell Iliosa, by the way? Saun doesn't say this, but
Yeah.
he makes a mental check.
I'm sure she will see that is true.
I mean Sovereign Queen. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get that mixed up.
Splendid.
We're forgiving people. We understand what you meant.
She nods.
Saun looks at Ferosae like mouths. Are we? But doesn't say it.
Today we are.
And
And do what you can to try and keep the slough together down here. It must look out for itself, as the people all want to say.
If you let her go, she goes and grabs the atomizer gaudy perfume bottle and thrusts it into Ferosae's hands.
Sure, but I'm like watching her hands very
Okay, so
closely.
you're following her, and now she's taking the purple vials and she opens up a drawer and she's quickly putting them into the drawer so that they're not on the counter.
Right. I'm basically saying, like, move your hands slowly.
She then takes out a piece of paper and she starts to write on it.
Mm-hmm. Someone can't read very well, but he does his best.
It's something about the Nezumi.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, if you be a doll and... Oh, no, I'll nail it to my front door, as she says. And
Mm-hmm. Please sign it, you know.
you notice that she signs it Lavender.
No, with your full name.
Ah, well, most of the people out there know me by Lavender, but yes, and she signs Vendra, and then she stops, she looks at you.
Well...
What's that?
Well, no, she did write it out, so...
Yeah.
Spell it.
You keep on looking at her, she ends up writing her last name quickly at the end of it, and you learn her full name.
Right. That actually matters to Saun, by the way, so he does remember it.
Okay. Hover over her token.
Yeah, I'm copy pasting out of that.
Apparently, Jean is the collector of names in the proper spelling.
The dream mechanics are affected by that.
Cool. Is that all? She says.
Someone looks at everyone else.
I'm fine.
You notice her rubbing her wrists a little bit. She notices that her armbands are gone. She looks very displeased. She doesn't verbally complain, but there's like a bit of anger around. Like,
She's got the blowgun and the darts.
okay, she's glanced at it a couple times, but she's made no move towards her weapons.
Yeah, it's like far away from her, right?
Yeah. I have not taken anything of hers except the one thing that she gave us, the perfume thing.
The perfume thing. Okay, so her bracers are on the table. She glances at those and then pretends not to be paying attention to them.
Mm-hmm.
It would be wise, Lavender, to maybe make some sort of show for the town so that they don't turn on you immediately. I would hate to see you lose your shop here over this, if it can be avoided.
I can give her...
Perhaps those bracers you keep glancing at, they do look expensive. Maybe you could liquidate them and spend it in such a way that would benefit us all down here. It would be good for the people. I think they may look a little kinder on you.
They are a tool of my craft. I'm no good to anyone if I can't make my craft, she says.
Oh, do they give you some sort of a boost in your capabilities as an alchemist?
Yes, she says, annoyed that you...
It's fine, girl. Surely, you're amongst friends here. We all have our little things to help us about the day.
Okay, so she's now begging you not to take them.
Right.
Which means you should take them.
She's saying that they make her better at making perfumes and other things.
I'll use the monocle,
take
I
them.
think, to identify them. That lets me know what they are super fast without like hanging out here forever, right?
Sure.
3 times per day on command, I can identify. Oh.
Yeah, you fiddle with your monocle.
Yes.
Okay, these are bracers of armor. Well, give me a percentile, or not a percentile, a check.
spellcraft?
3 times the magic plus 15, DC 27.
If it's as identified per the spell, he gets a plus 20 bonus, right?
10, I think.
Okay, so at plus 10.
Mhm.
I got a nat 1, 30.
Okay, they are bracers of armor plus 4.
Okay.
Secondarily, they provide a plus 5 competence bonus on craft alchemy and craft perfume checks.
Oh, yes, I see. These are quite the delightful token for you, girl. Very good on you. Must have been hard to find.
Bracers of armor plus 4 mean that you no longer need mage armor cast on yourself, effectively.
It is nice, but yeah.
She's gone over and she's begging the professor because she's under the professor's charm. Please don't take them. I need them for my craft.
Yeah, I understand. Please.
I'll walk up to Vendra and say, "Let me lift a burden from you," and I'll cast Remove Curse.
Okay.
Does that automatically dispel my own curse?
I think there's a stipulation to dispel magic that you automatically dispel your own stuff. I'd allow that to play into. It feels really good that the witch who curses you can automatically undo her own curse. So
It makes some sense.
you make the curse go away.
Yeah.
She looks at you like she doesn't quite understand all the magic that's being cast. She might not be like a theoretical. She might not have theoretical and magical training.
I kind of want to make sure that we don't leave any permanent detectable effects on her.
Well,
okay. She seems to be willing to stop selling the cure, and she really responded well to the queen, which is quite odd.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't like the gold-digging queen who was married to the sovereign king for less than a year and is now the rightful ruler of station, and who refused to go into the stony sleep. And
she seems to have a genuine fear of the queen, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is a fear and a respect, and it could very well be that, that there could be others that believe in the strong queen that basically took what she wanted as opposed to earning it through hereditary title.
Yes, I think this should be all then. I'll glance at Saun and Ferosae.
How about this? Saun goes and he picks up the bracers.
Oh wait, I still want to remain seated.
Saun turns. Make the announcements we told you to, and you'll find these on your doorstep the day after.
She slumps. Yes. Okay.
Saun Saun looks around for approval, and then I guess leaves.
Sure.
Because he actually does like having a sensitive nose as a ranger. He does hate being there.
Okay, I'm going to put Lavender's bands on the loot and treasure sheet.
Sure.
She hates the fact that you've done that, but she is in no position to argue.
I'll let the others leave first before turning to her one last time.
Okay.
Yep, I'll head out.
Is everything all right, says Zephyros, as you guys are leaving?
Before I leave the room, though, I'll turn to her. I'll cast Minor Image. And
everyone is alive, Zephyros. No one is more injured. In fact, everyone is better.
Does Zephyros need healing? Or anyone?
No, it looks like everyone's okay at this point.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, this door led from the basement anyways. This is the way out. So before you turn, you're going to do something...
I'll cast Minor Image and fill the inside of the shop where her and I are. It will start as a faint dripping sound, and then the walls will start to, like, at the cracks and everything, the blood will come back. And then I think it's a swift action, cast Awe, and I will turn to her. And I'm gonna
She's backing away from this insanity and kind of like is in the corner of her own shop.
manifest the power of the awe as like a darkness void around me with maybe like a sickening green light, and I'll turn to her and say like, you will heed these words, you know it is for your own good. We're all in it down here together. We know where you are now. Please don't make us come back. I'm so tired of having to come back.
Okay, she a look of horror on her face. She's not moving.
I will turn, close the door behind me, and for I guess the remaining rounds that it lingers, the blood will start to moan faintly and crescendo until it all just disappears.
All right, she believes the illusion for what it is and thinks her shop is now cursed.
Well, I think that went pretty well, all things considered.
And had we been playing with the D20 sanity rules, your party would be the deliverer of sanity damage.
Yeah, that sounds like us.
Yep.
You guys find what you were looking for?
I think so. It seems she had discovered some sort of believer by accident and was peddling the cure for the blood there. Shall we be on our way?
You can hear some like giggling from the alleyway to the north of the street, and you can see a little Nezumi woman in a chain shirt with braids in her hair. She's kind of giggling, and she waves you guys over. I don't know if all of you go over or not, but
Yeah, that sounds fine. I'll head over.
whoever's eating cookies, could you mute while you're?
Gene.
Yeah.
I don't think I want to be just like in front of this shop with its busted out windows and this lady talking. I think I'll probably
Windows didn't break. They're still good.
What's that?
The windows didn't break. No, she is actually just in the corner of her shop as you glance in, sobbing.
Okay, so she's pretty fucked up. I think that's fine. Yeah, I guess. Can I sit on this corner and lean out the window to listen for this conversation?
Sure. That was interesting, says Nyta. She is nervously playing with her hair.
Lavender has agreed to make a public statement that she doesn't hold the Nezumi to have any role in spreading this disease, and that her cures do not, in fact, cure it.
Oh. All right. Good job, she says. That was a very interesting way of going about it. No one got hurt, I assume? That bad?
That bad, right? Not that bad.
All right.
Let's depart for this swamp in the morning. Do you think?
Oh, well, I can show you now.
Probably fine. I don't think we want to go all the way there now, but if you can point it out to us clearly,
sure,
that could work.
Yeah, if you go a few blocks, I could point out where the old tracks are.
Sure, let's do it. Let's let her lead us to approximately kind of where the train is. We don't want to go right up next to it, but yeah.
Can I ride inside?
If the professor wishes. Professor?
It's a bit cramped in here with all of us. I'm not sure there's room.
Can I ride up front then?
Yes, if you don't mind. The servant, he can be quite cross. Not very good at conversation usually.
Hi. You need to go that way.
She says while we are all still outside the carriage.
Yeah, well, yeah, she's giving the unseen servant directions.
Mm-hmm.
I'll fly along or hang out on a top back corner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shall we be going then?
Yeah, we'll put the people on top. Will just kind of drag off to the side, and the people. Thurgus, are you getting into the cart like a nobleman? Are you riding shotgun on the bench beside the magical creature?
I'd prefer to keep line of sight away from me and other people, so I'd prefer to be inside if there's room.
Yeah,
if I have to sit up front, I'll just pull a regular cloak down.
Oh, it looks like there's room besides Zephyros. Bukrabek is right across from you. He just gives you a nod, like good chat kind of thing.
Cool.
Professor's in there. I think Zephyros gets the professor to sit near the front so that he can hear the directions that are being given to the unseen serpent, so you can tell the unseen serpent where to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Excuse me. Before we go, though, someone tries to get Nyta or Nyta?
Nyta.
Nyta. Someone tries to get Nyta's attention. Like
Last
hi
time
again.
you pulled her tail and kind of like was a little bit overbearing. She shirks away from your attention.
Saun is just lying on top
Yep.
with the bear, on a bear's paw, and he's not like reaching for her at all.
Oh, you, she says.
Yeah. Hi again. Listen. So to get what's her face to make the public announcement, we're blackmailing her. We confiscated these.
Oh,
We'll probably not be back here. Here's the thing. We promised to her that these will be returned to her once she makes the announcement, within a day. We probably won't be back here, but you live here. So please take these, and someone hands them over.
Okay. She smiles. She's looking at them. She's admiring them.
These are valuable. Don't make us liars.
Okay.
So return them to her after she makes the announcement that she promised to make, because we made a promise as well.
Sure.
Thanks. And I'm a very good tracker. I would find you.
It is very true. He does excel at such things, and he can be quite vindictive in these sorts of matters. I don't think he likes to be made a liar.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. And she looked like instead of putting them on, decides to kind of put them away into her pockets.
We're all down here together in the slough, you know. We must, in our own ways, find a way to survive as one.
A noble sentiment, she says.
It is something you learn being down here long enough. It is an unfortunate reality that the only way any of us survive is through some sort of symbiosis.
Okay, you go riding into Grand Station. She leads you. Let's see. She leads you back into the Gray District. As you were at Lavender's Perfumery. She leads you back into the Gray District. It's not going straight towards Racker's Alley, but it goes to the edge of the Gray District. And she points out some old train tracks that do descend from the Temple District and kind of precariously go along the edge of the Gray District, which is give me a second. No, the bog. Okay. We can follow the tracks from here, and it's not the Gray District, it's the Leatherton. Leatherton, she ends up finding these tracks that do come down after she points them out from the Temple District. They're somewhat, you could see them from a distance, and they disappear into the Gray District from your vantage point, and then you can see they run along they're running between some hills and the town itself. And eventually run alongside a cliff face, and for whatever reason there is a switch in these old tracks, and the switch that you begin to follow leads into the hills a little bit before basically careening broken off the edge of a cliff face into a bog. You are unable to bring your scarriage to that last leg. I don't know if you're getting off the scarriage to go have a look at where the train tracks lead, but
I'm happy to get off. I actually want to make sure that we've gotten enough information that we can definitely find those carriages.
okay.
Driver, wait here. We shall only be a moment. I'll follow along. And though I am getting a bit tired, I can't walk for too much longer today.
They call it the iron track drop. It's like they intended to a long time ago. Continue the side tracks into the hills, but they stopped.